employs scientific staff dedicated to research, but also provides infrastructural support and expertise to the student working on the frontline research fields in environmental microbiology and plant biotechnology. The mission of the center is to target grassroots communities on the fringes of our economy and through innovation, entrepreneurship, training, and handholding, setting up units at medium, small, and micro levels. ICFAI Law School Hyderabad. The Faculty of Law, commonly known as ICFAI Law School, is a constituent unit of the ICFAI Foundation for Higher Education, located in the lush green city of the Hyderabad. The ICFAI Law School, with excellent and continuous teaching and learning process, student-centric and industry-friendly dynamic curriculum, and real-life exposure, provides best-in-class legal education to the student and carrying them to market-ready legal professionals out of many student who desires for making law career. The ICFAI Law School programs, UG program, PG programs, and doctoral programs and certified programs, which are approved by the Bar Council of India, and other programs are in accordance with the UGC norms. Gujarat Technological University. It is a premier academic and research institution which has driven new ways of thinking since its 2007 founding, established by the government of Gujarat. Today, GTU is an intellectual designation that draws inspired scholars to the campus, keeping GTU as the nexus of ideas that challenge and change the world. GTU is a state university with 486 affiliated colleges in its fold, operating across the state of Gujarat through its 5 zones at Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Vallabh Vidyanagar, Rajkot, and Surat. The university caters to the fields of engineering, architecture, management, pharmacy, and computer science. The university has about 4 lakh students enrolled in a large number of diploma, undergraduate, postgraduate programs, also in the Rockstar Doctor program. I once again thank you, all the organizers and co-organizers. So now moving forward, may I please welcome our dignitaries, our guest of honor, Dr. Jaimin Vasa, Chairman and Managing Director at Vasa Group of Companies, Managing Trustee at markpatent.org, and Proprietor of HP Acharya & Company, Dr. Rajesh Kumar Acharya, Executive Director of HP Acharya & Company, Mr. Omkar Acharya, IPR Domain Expert, Mr. Padmin Ghosh, CEO of Technic Spirits Incorporation, Mr. Siddharth Rajvanshi, and founder partner of Siddhi Group of Companies, Mr. Prashant Gandhi. We heartily welcome you all to this webinar. So, I now request Mr. Omkar Acharya, Executive Director of HP Acharya & Company, for welcome address. Mr. Omkar Acharya is a renowned trademarks attorney and a member at Bar Council of Gujarat. Academically, Mr. Acharya owns a bachelor degree in science from St. Xavier's College and master in science from biotechnology and bioinformatics and bachelor degree in law from Gujarat University. Mr. Acharya is the key management leader and is responsible for overseeing the administration programs and strategic plan for the company. He is an influential manager with ability to lead and motivate by possessing great communication skills and take holistic approach in managing the company's domestic and international operations. Being an executive director of HP Acharya & Company, Mr. Acharya creates complete strategic plan for the attainment of goals and objectives for efficient services to the client and to solve complex problems. Mr. Acharya is also a member of well-known IT associations, namely INTA, ECTA, BIO, AIPPI, APAA, and is also a corporate member of United States India Importers Council. So I now request Mr. Acharya to present welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Jalashri. મને બી નહોતી ખબર હું આટલું બધું કરું છું. So, dear all, very good morning. I welcome you all on behalf of Mark Patent Organization for today's special on World IP Day. I will not call it a celebration as the growing pandemic around us has adversely affected us physically, mentally, financially, and socially. But believe me, this day of IPR and today's discussion, which is exclusively made for our SMEs, will surely give you a ray of hope to rise once again, to fight back, to motivate, and to move forward with all that we can still achieve through our IP. I'm aware of the situation that our business might be affected directly or indirectly. I'm also aware that any new venture or the SMEs are affected the most under this pandemic. Believe me, in these crucial times, IP plays a vital role in your business. Everyone must be wondering why and how. Well, see, let me give you a hypothetical examples which shall explain my perception. First, in a case where you have just started the company, getting good returns and recognition in a very short span of time, and you have a good market value or a goodwill established. But as of now, as all the investment has gone in production, raw material, or advertising, there is a quick relief. You can license your brand or your patent to another company who can afford to run the business at the pace you are willing to grow for a short span of time. Once this situation is gone, either continue or terminate the license agreement, or you can also get a mortgage over your patent depending on the market value or IP valuation of the innovation or brand from the banks. In the second example, in a case where unfortunately you have to close down certain part of your business to survive in the market with lesser products. Just like the above example, you can license your brand name or patent to another company who can afford. In the third situation, in case where God has blessed you with both hands and your business is doing really good, we can lend a helping hand to other companies by giving out contract manufacturing with a license of your IP. This will not only help you generate your revenue faster, but also it will help the other company survive and prosper in these times. But here, in all these three examples, the most important thing is protection of your IP. If the IP is not protected, all the above examples shall not exist. This is the time when we have to change our focus. This is the time to change our attitude. And this is the time to change our business models from tangible properties to intangible properties, which includes your innovation, your brands, your design, your copyright. We have gathered to open a new horizon of hope and to explore further scope to develop our businesses. The theme of IPR by the WIPO this year is IP and SMEs, taking ideas to market. I believe this is the perfect theme for this year, as this is time to grow mutually. This is the time we learn symbiotic professional relationships. Let us join hands together to rise higher from these difficult times. We have invited our expert speakers who are prominent examples of how they have turned their intellectual properties into big business entities. First and foremost, please allow me to welcome Dr. Rajesh Acharya, my father, whose vision provokes us to make people aware about IP in the industry. I welcome our esteemed guest today, Dr. Jaimin Vasa, the chief guest for today, who is the perfect example who has shown how to build a bridge between IP and SMEs. I welcome him. We also have with us Mr. Padmin Buch, my guide, my mentor. I welcome him as well. Also, may I please welcome Mr. Siddharth Raghuvanshi and Mr. Prashant Gandhi. Both of them are the speakers who can best define the theme of the webinar. I welcome them. I would also like to welcome Mr. Ketan Bhatt, the head of trademarks division at HK Acharya & Company. Also, I would like to extend my welcome to our co-organizers, GTU, Nirma University, ICFAI, XRF, and LD College. And last but not the least, let me welcome the wonderful audience who has gathered virtually with us on this bright Monday morning. I will request opening of today's session with a thought. गम के अंधेरों में खुद को बेकार न कर, गम के अंधेरों में खुद को बेकार न कर, सुबह जरूर आएगी, सुबह का इंतजार तो कर. With this motivation and lots of hope, let us start our today's session. I wish you all prosperous and abundance of health, wealth, and a successful IP year. Thank you so much. Over to you, Jarashri.
Thank you very much, sir. This session will have series of panelists giving a remarkable approach in the subject matter of IP and SMEs while taking their ideas to the market. It's my honor to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Jaimin Vasa, Chairman and Managing Director of Vasa Group of Companies. He is a chemical engineer and holds the distinction of being the first PhD degree holder in Faculty of Management from Gujarat Technological University. Dr. Vasa has also authored a book titled that is Competitive Strategies for Indian SMEs Lessons from China. He is the chairman and managing director of Vasa Pharmachem Private Limited, a flagship company of Vasa Group of Companies manufacturing various industrial chemicals and pharmaceutical raw materials. The company has achieved many recognition and awards from various state and central government agencies. Dr. Vasa is the president of Gujarat Chemical Association and Gujarat Pharmaceutical Association. I now request Dr. Jaimin Vasa to share his thoughts with us.
A very good morning, Dr. Rajesh Bhai, who is my very close friend from the years we started our journey together in a business. And I'm fortunate to be associated with Mark Patent right from the day one. And of course, Rajesh Bhai and I have so many equalities and we enjoy a very good equation with each other. If I start telling that, I mean, total my time will go in telling that only. But thank you, Rajesh Bhai, for calling me. Again, Mr. Padmin Buch is also my friend, philosopher and guide in many areas, very close friend also. And Prashant Bhai is also very closely associated with all my ventures which I was doing during my tenure as a president of Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And yes, of course, Omkar, I was really very much impressed. I listened to you for the first time, but I'm really impressed, and I'm sure that you will do even much better than what your father did actually. And really, I really appreciate, and my best wishes to you for all times to come. And other speakers, Mr. Siddharth Rajvanshi, and participants. Friends, the right subject. I was waiting for this subject since long. How to coordinate IT and SMEs. I was always worrying that how SME can adopt IP or how IP can help. Still, I researched and I approached Rajesh and Mr. Buch. How should I do? Their first point was, if it is your own research, first time in India when you are making it, and few companies are making in the world, why don't you patent it? Fine. I really start enjoying these particular activities, and I'm started having a good response for my product being patented. I mean, of course, up till now, I don't know whether it is called temporary patent or something like that, but it has been patented to the extent. So friends, let me tell you, I have done a lot of work and activities in SMEs. I have also organized many programs where how SME can be benefited by using the various social media, whether branding or so many things. But now I feel that IPR and patent can be also very much important. We know that innovation R&D can help, but this IPR and patent, how it can help. After I myself realizing and venturing into this, I studied a lot of activities also, a lot of documents also, and I'm very happy to tell all my colleagues in SMEs that yes, this is the real platform. Whether you do a product patent or you do the process, new innovative process, you must go for the patent. You know, we all know that the small and medium enterprises are the pillars of the Indian manufacturing sector. They are the growth engine. They are giving one of the largest employment to the nation, whether it is a state or a nation or a country, and have become a significant in the stable monetary growth of particularly India. SMEs in developing countries like India typically focus on protecting, as rightly said by Omkar, tangible assets such as land or machinery, and leave the domain of intellectual property rights to larger enterprise. Over and above other social media, patent IPR can be very useful to SMEs, and I would request Mark Patent and Rajesh Bhai to organize various such kind of activities for IPR benefits for the SMEs, so that they can clear their concept, how they can be benefited. Everybody at the moment understand IPR is not our cup of tea. All SMEs understand IPR and patent is not our cup of tea. It is a very expensive process. They are not aware of anything about it. So such kind of various activity for SMEs will be very much helpful, and it will really help our nation also. The global competitors has really redefined business strategy nowadays worldwide, and the focus has certainly shifted to examining how our knowledge resources can reposition our stand in the world market. At present, as an intangible assets like intellectual ventures, innovation, and technologies form an enormously important part in value addition to a business, maybe even more than the tangible assets. Friends, with many SMEs operating in overlapping and crowded markets, the need for competitive advantages and a unique selling proposition has long existed. IPRs have provide just that, especially for business which operate in the manufacturing or engineering space. Filing patterns, copyrights, or trademarks can prevent other businesses and owners from simply copying an idea, and it can help them to boost their technological gains. Moreover, it can convince SMEs that knowledge-based innovations can be just as profitable as raw material, as buying a raw material at a cheaper rate, or a labor-based ones, and that intellectual research is crucial for commercial successes. Because any SMEs would like to say how IPR can be useful for our commercial successes. This is the right example to explain them. SMEs are the engines, which the unsung heroes of our economy, and yet for many of them, there is still a lack of knowledge about how IP can help them translate their ideas into the products, and how IP can be a powerful tool for them to not just survive, but to also compete and grow. It also protects them from exploitation, which is the single biggest threat that Indian SMEs have had to deal with. They have often had to deal with lot of business opportunity, and they are losing lot of opportunities. This IPR will help them to gain back this lost business opportunity merely because they did not have the awareness on how important their IP. As I explained to you, there is almost very little awareness on SMEs regarding the importance of IPR and patent. Up till now, they were not quite aware of innovation and R&D, how it is helpful. Then what is now if IPR, patent, innovation and R&D all together, we can really should give the knowledge to SMEs. It will really helpful to them. The investment in creating, filing, registering and acquiring IP assets by SMEs can put them in a lucrative position, such that of sole suppliers to their purchases of their patented product. At the time of sales of a merger and acquisition, IP assets play a very important role in increasing the SME's value to certain level, which cannot be achieved without considering IP assets. A successful IP management enables companies to recover their IP system properly and a profitable way. I know for certain I was talking to the SME Exchange Authority, and I was talking to them regarding how they can consider the SME's worth. At that time, he also said that what kind of innovation, R&D or a patent the SME has done in their things will always add their net worth so far as SME Exchange is concerned. So that is very important. And moreover, IP rights have strong potential to raise the value of business through mergers and acquisitions, joint ventures, and various collaboration schemes. A potential IP right may open the door to various financial institutions, venture capitalists, and banks of SMEs to enhance their growth, net worth, and also it will help them financially. Friends, whatever help we can render to our SMEs, we will help to the nation, that we render to the bedrock of the economy. It is a backbone of the economy. SME growth, they are contributing at a very large extent so far the GDP of the nation is concerned. So we need this one more tool which we should make them more strong to understand about the IPR, and that will really help to the nation, and it will also help to the global economy. Ultimately, it will help our worlds to build back better, and in this particular COVID-19 pandemic, it will help even a better for innovation, research, and patent. So once again, thank you very much for calling me, and wish you all the best on this today IP day. And I know that on every 26th April there is going to be IPR day. In one of the 26th April, I was invited by Mr. Rajesh Bhai to speak on this particular IP day. My best wishes to one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are honored by your esteemed presence, and we once again thank you for sparing your precious time with us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Rajesh Kumar Acharya, proprietor of our company. He is a patent and trademark attorney and is registered to practice law before Canadian and Indian patent and trademark offices. He is also a member of the Bar Council of Gujarat, having an extensive background in prosecution and litigations related to all intellectual property right matters. He is the best known for his books in the IPR laws in India, the patent law, the trademark law, the copyright law, the biological diversity law, and the design law. He has accumulated a wealth of experience in prosecution and litigation of patents, trademark, design, copyrights, and other intellectual property related matters. He is a member of various national and international organizations related to intellectual property laws. He is also a member of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce and the president of US chapter of USIIC, that is United States India Importers Council. So with my utmost pleasure, I invited Dr. Rajesh Kumar Acharya before you to share his piece of wisdom.
Thank you, Jasri. Good morning, all of you. And I welcome Dr. Jaimin Bhai, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries on the web dais, and dignitaries of the dais. Such I would like to tell you that trademark law is concerned, and 1911 for the Indian patent law. Yes, India is having a different type of culture in the world. It is having socialism, rather socialistic country. Indian people were not believing much into the patent law particularly. They don't want to have the monopoly on the knowledge. They were thinking that knowledge should be shared. But particularly from 1995, things are changing because we become a member of WIPO, and many foreign companies started marketing in India, having the patent in India. So Indian company also started to think much more on the IP. I would like to tell you that 2020 is a pandemic year. In this pandemic year, what we were doing, we were fighting against the COVID, and we are not much more concentrated on industry and IP. Our very sweet neighbor, China, their GDP grown by 18.5% in 2020, and they filed 3 million patents in 2020. You have to learn a lot from them. It will not make a sense just to stop them coming to India, but we will think that let us start exporting to China. It will be the rather real step towards the progress. And for these, IP will help, and IP will be the key for SMEs to do a lot of research work, and we can develop with the IP only. You know, the California, the most prosperous state in US, there are many small scale industries and research centers. And they develop very fast because of IP. Now, SME, micro, small, medium enterprises, abbreviated as SMEs, are global drivers of technological innovation and economic development. They represent the deep, broad, fertile forest floor that nourishes, sustains, and regenerates the global economic ecosystem. Broadly recognized as engines of economic and global development, and account for substantial proportion of entrepreneurial activity in both industrialized and developing countries. Indeed, the role of micro, small, medium enterprises as dynamos for technological and economic progress in developing countries is critical and cannot be underemphasized. SMEs are known to employ more than 70% of workforce under developing countries and propel long-term growth by facilitating innovation and its diffusion across local, national, regional, and international economies. We have to remove the myth that patent is only the subject matter either of the Einstein or of big industries. No. Small industries, and particularly SMEs, what they can do IP, no one can do it. Therefore, SMEs face a number of needs and challenges with respect to IP, IPR, and management thereof. It involves efficient utilization of assets, resources, and capital, of which the intellectual aspect becomes increasingly important. Intellectual property should be considered as a powerful companion and not just an ambiguous chapter in the legal system. As an aspiring SME, you are constantly implementing methods that are aimed to aid the advancement and growth of your business. These methods usually involve investing in the development of your products or services. You may even choose to undergo major rebranding by adjusting or recreating your brand's visual elements. Friends, SMEs need to recognize the value of IP as information, a tool, and an asset. IPR enable SMEs to have exclusively over the exploitation of their innovations. Exclusivity confirms control and creates an incentive for investment, collaborations, licensing, and thereby provides a solid business platform for advancing a coherent global strategy. We are organizing this seminar, I'll call it now webinar, since many years. A request all the listeners. This is a great day of intellectual property. Have some soups and prosper and develop. Thank Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is under guidance of Dr. Rajesh Kumar Acharya that HK Acharya Company is now a team of highly qualified and expert visionaries. I am much delighted to introduce to you Mr. Padmin Booth, who is a national level IPR domain expert. Presently a senior visiting faculty with Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. He is a project and management advisor. He holds about 30 years combined experience of intellectual property rights, corporate industry, project management, entrepreneurship development, and academics. Mr. Booth, as the managing director of JITCO, established patent cell at JITCO. As the chief advisor at Gujarat Technological University, he is credited with creating a very active IPR culture in more than 70 degree engineering and 50 degree pharmacy colleges in Gujarat state. He has received a GTU Pedagogical Award for contribution in the IPR in the year 2013. Recently, in the year 2018, award by IPPO, that is prestigious IPR Samiratan of the year 2018 award. He is also an invited speaker at national and international conferences and seminar on IPR. Mr. Padmin Booth is the director of Troika Pharmaceuticals Limited and Bhagwati Autocast Limited, chairman and Extension Services Committee and member Governing Council of Ahmedabad Management Association, USIIC Council of Intellectual Property Rights, Foreign Trade Committee, Gujarat Chamber of Commerce and Industry, member of Gujarat Innovation Society, IPR Council of Gujkost, Government of Gujarat. We are glad to have you here for sharing your wisdom of thoughts with us upon IPR. On official work and assignment, Mr. Padmin Booth has visited Japan, China, USA, France, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Guyana, South Korea, Taiwan, and all India. He has completed B.Pharm, MBA, CMC, PG Diploma in Patent Law from Nalsar University, Hyderabad. I now request Mr. Padmin Booth to share his views with us.
Let me start. Dr. Jameen Bhai, as I said, no, people like me who have been working with Jameen Bhai, we are lucky, I must say. He has been an inspirational figure. So we are happy that he could join us today. And of course, Dr. Rajesh Bhai, myself have been working in the field of IPRs. And since people like me, we didn't know what is IPR. And it's a long journey. And now since Omkar has joined, we are even more happy. Young blood has joined. So thank you for inviting me. After a very refreshing and positive note by Omkar, and of course, very studied talk by Dr. Jameen Bhai and Rajesh Bhai, I am not sure what I am going to talk about it. I have a presentation to make. Okay. So let me see. Is this visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think whether we like it or not, Zoom is one of the better medium when we do all these things. Okay, fine. So as Dr. Jameen Bhai and other people said initially, this is the theme we were waiting for. Actually, World IP Day is being celebrated every year. Of course, as Omkar said, celebration doesn't look the right term today. But the World IP Day is being celebrated or being recognized every year to see that the awareness of IP in the right manner takes place across the industry, across the business, across the society. This year's theme is so relevant because we have seen that the real need of creating IP, which is an intellectual property, is in the that segment of business and industry. And after creating IP, whether it is the right IP which can go to the market, whether it adds value into the market or not, that is another thing which you want to do. That has been elaborated. So that is the focus of today's theme. And let me see. Let me see what is happening. Okay. So SMEs, I consider entrepreneurs, startups, SMEs more or less same as far as such kind of today's stock is concerned. They are all the same fraternity. Okay. So let's talk about that part. We know SMEs make around 20% of the world's business, employ 50% of the global workforce. These are the global data. Okay. And of course, this is Indian data. Dr. Jamin Bhai may correct me. He is the right person to talk about. But in general, these two slides emphasize the importance of SMEs, SMEs, MSMEs, or whatever you may call. They are the backbone of the industry. They are the backbone of the business and industry world over. So what are the opportunities and challenges they face? Yes. Let me tell you, SMEs or MSMEs being a flexible, sometimes small is beautiful, as we say, have a great opportunity if you make it that. Proactive units like Prashant's unit, Siddhi, and of course earlier Dr. Jamin Bhai's unit, they have made a mess out of this because they are in a proactive unit. But it is the challenges we need to understand. Access to the market, competition level, because the market is dynamic and open. Access to the finance, access to the technology, and later on scaling up. These are the challenges being faced by the MSMEs world over. Okay, so this competition part, which is always going to be there, we cannot run away from this competition. Okay, we have to understand that we are part of the competition, and then only we can survive and grow. So this is the competition. People run. They keep on running. But are they running in the right manner? The four gentlemen are running because somebody ahead is running. The four gentlemen have a clock. They don't have a mind, so to say. No, this is not the kind of competition we are talking about. This is not the kind of racing we are talking about. It has to be an innovation. Innovation is the key, my dear friend. You become competitive, or anyone becomes competitive, more so MSMEs, if you do some innovation. You have to be something different. Okay. So that's what is said. Every business starts with an idea. That is the entrepreneurship is all about. You have an idea. I don't have idea, so this is why I'm not an entrepreneur. But people who have started the unit, they have idea and they have put it into practice. So each of the millions of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises the world over that operate across the world have always started with an idea. They might have taken shape in the main promoters or somebody else well-wisher's mind, and then it is made to the market. Till the time it goes to the market, establishes itself, and creates a value, it doesn't make a difference. So the theme is marketplace. You have to go to marketplace where there is a competition. There are many other people are working. There are people competing. You have to be part of that crowd. After becoming a part of that crowd, you have to stand apart. You have to be something different. And that's where the innovation comes, my dear friend. So that is what I call it, smart IP management. What is smartness? Smartness is not having the right kind of updated clothes and fragrance or scent. Smartness is making a better way, being more productive, being more result-oriented with the same set of resources. The same set of resources give you better productivity. The same set of resources give you better results. That is a smartness, and that is a smart IP management, because we are focusing on intellectual property. So this is the way IP management by MSME, the smart manner. And there are, as we know, there are three distinct phases. You create IP, you create intellectual property. So you generate intellectual property, you protect it. When Dr. Jamin Bhai was saying that he went for the protection, yes, that is the idea. Unless until you protect your idea, you cannot go to the market. Otherwise, the market is ready to copy it. So you have an idea, you convert into a IP, intellectual property, then protect it, whether it's the brand, trademark, whether it is something concept, copyright, whether it's a design, as a designation, or whether it's a performance improvement innovation, which is a patented thing. So you protect and make a successful exploitation of that. or you can call it market connect. We start with IP creation. Small innovative steps, my dear friend, not high end and complex. Many times people talk to us. They say, "Hamara kaam nahi hai. How can we generate IP? We don't have a research division. You don't require research division. Your mind itself is a research division. You talk to the people, you brainstorm the people, and many times large number of MSMEs keep on coming out with new ideas, but they don't know the value of it. So small innovative steps, you don't have to be rocket scientists, but such ideas should be relevant to the field we are working, with added market value. It should create some market value when you go to the market. That is what is required. And that is why I say, this is the kind of IP creation we have to target. It should be viable business-wise. It should be desirable. There should be a need for it. People should feel, yeah, I'm looking for this. And it should be feasible. You should be able to execute it. So when it is viable, desirable, and feasible, that is a workable innovation, and that is a creation of intellectual property, my dear friend. This is Hindi mein bolte hai bauddhik sampada. You are creating an intellectual property, and intellectual property is the thing which is going to take you forward in this competitive world. And this shows this. This is a symbolic figure. But if you see the countries like USA, which is a large country, or a country like Israel, or even South Korea, it is the intangible asset, which is an intellectual property, which is taking the head. If you see a balance sheet of a large American company or an Israel company, the fixed assets in terms of building, machineries, these are fine. But it is the intangible assets protected through patents and everything, which is taking them ahead. And this creation of IP, which is intangible asset, there is going to be no better example since last 1.5 years. Okay, the huge IP has been created. So that was the generation of the IP in a smart manner. Now protect. You have generated an IP, you have to immediately protect it, whether it's a brand name or a copyright or brand or particular patent. Immediately patent it if required, provisional patent. Because it confers the right of ownership. Once you have patented it, when you have trademarked it, it is yours for 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. That allows you to go on market. And that is why it is said that it is the IPR which takes you to the marketplace. Okay. It is the IPR which takes you to the marketplace. Market value of SM is increased by protecting intellectual property right. This is the key, my dear friend, which unfortunately is many times ignored. People create IP, but they don't protect, because unless until you protect, you cannot go to the marketplace. Then comes the third, the most important part. You have generated IP. You have protected under IPR different components. Now you have to go for market connect. You can be confident because nobody is going to copy it. You can demonstrate as many times as possible. The market connect is the key, and that is the gap we are seeing in today's world, and that is the theme of today's World IP Day. Just example, there is a brand of t-shirt called Pickwick in Italy. Okay. An Italian business person, a young boy, a few years back, buys unmarked t-shirts from manufacturers of generic clothing, attaches his trademark, a Pickwick, just is shown here, with pictures a rebellious looking teenager, and begins to sell the same generic, a common kind of t-shirt under the brand name. Started in a garage in the periphery of Rome. Today, the Pickwick trademark, which is a brand, which is an IP, is perceived by the Italian teenagers as a synonym of style and quality. What they're cool. They swear by that Pickwick brand. Pickwick has begun to export its products across the Europe now. It's a trademark brand, which is the most valuable asset. And what is that, my dear friend? That is intellectual property protected by IPR framework. Symphony, our own company, Ahmedabad-based company. The company started by Mr. Achal Bakeri. Then Achal Bhai, Jamin Bhai knows him much better, of course. Achal Bhai and Rajesh Bhai knows him. When Achal Bakeri started his company, people said, Achal bhai, you are from the family of builders, you are architect, why you are going into this field? And unfortunately, the Symphony didn't do well initial years. In fact, it became an BIFR case, Bureau of Industrial Finance and Reconstruction case. People said, look, we told. Achal bhai decided to fight it out. He decided to connect with the market. Earlier, he realized that he was manufacturing coolers, but the market was not perceiving in the right manner. There was a gap between his product and the market requirement. Innovation must continuously respond to the customer challenges. Today, since sometimes Symphony is designing its products, air coolers, to address evolving social trends and critical customer lifestyle realities. It's making air coolers which are more relevant, intuitive, evolved, connected to the market, and of course, respect to the environment. And these are some models initially started after the doing market research, which allowed to come back. Cloud's world's first wall-mounted cooler. People say, yeah, this is just like AC. And many more, such kind of thing. Symphony has the largest number of patents in this particular domain, the trademarks and registered designs in the air cooler industry. Company has about 100 plus trademarks, 49 registered designs, 7 copyrights, 8 patents, many more in pipeline. Another example of Ahmedabad-based company again, Troika Pharmaceutical. Started by my friend Ketan Patel. Myself and Ketan have studied together. I am also director on the board of Troika Pharmaceutical. Again, it started in a small manner, way back. Very small manner, let me tell you, taking finance from Gujarat State Finance Corporation, facing competition from the large MNC firms, had some setbacks in the initials also. Then the Troika, under the leadership of Ketan Patel, decided to find market gaps in the competitive pharmaceutical market and concentrated on innovative formulations to exploit these market gaps, which they have identified. Over a period of time, Troika has come out with number of innovative formulations. Many of these small innovations are small, but are very relevant, directly filling the gaps in the market. And thereby, it has achieved great success at the domestic and international market. Again, another example of generation of intellectual property with the market connect. You have to identify the market, then go back and do innovation. That is what I call it target market research. You cannot do research in isolation. Those days are gone, my dear friend. You have to be connected to the market from the day one. And this is more important for the MSMEs and SMEs. You do work what market is required. Of course, all innovations are patented, both within and outside India. Earlier, Dr. Rajesh Bhai had helped Troika and Ketan. Okay. And these are almost some of the large worldwide known innovations of Troika Pharmaceutical. Dynapar QPS, one of the latest breakthrough, a vitamin B nasal spray. Nobody in the world knows about it. And latest, he has come out with the immunity booster, Synergy Z, one of the most innovative immunity booster in the world market. Okay, available only on online. But I am not promoting it. I am promoting innovations with the market connect. Both the examples. Companies like Prashant's company, companies like Dr. Jamin Bhai Vasa's companies are also examples of such kind of innovations with the market connect. The theme of the World IP Day today. I will just, before ending, just like to emphasize one more thing for the MSMEs and SMEs. Don't forget service industry. Service industry is one of the biggest thing for a country like India. We may not have capital, but we have intellectual capital. According to the World Trade Organization, services represent the fastest growing sector of the global economy and account for almost 2/3 of global output nowadays, 1/3 of the global employment, and nearly 20% of global trade. See the magnitude and importance of service sector. And each of these service sector segment, there could be more. Each of these service sectors, like e-commerce, education and healthcare. We have seen education and healthcare becoming prominent in this pandemic time by providing every more where through it reaches to the people. A huge amount of IP has been generated in the field of healthcare and education as per the requirement of the market. That is direct market connect of IP generation in education and healthcare. And of course, other segments like tourism, entertainment and leisure, including film industry, music industry, sports. One of the biggest, 2 years back, World IP Day was concentrating on sports. For the first time, people realize how much important it is. And of course, financial services. We know we go for what we call online banking or internet banking. What is that? That is IP, my dear friend. IP has been generated as per the requirement of the market connect. So let's conclude. IPF for MSMEs. It gives exclusive ownership of the innovation. It is your innovation. You can exploit it. It creates a huge value addition and creates a market image. When Hayamore brand was taken over, purchased by Lotte company of South Korea, one of the food giant of the world, the tag HH was rupees 1030 crores. वो ऐसे नहीं मिला था 1,000 crore. We know, people who know Pradeep Chona, they know the story behind that. The major component of this 1,000 crore plus deal was intellectual property, right? Cost component of fixed assets was a small part of it. And there are many more examples like this. Whether it's a Paras Pharmaceutical taken over by Reckitt Coleman and Company or Nokia taken over by Microsoft at the world level. There are enough number of examples where IP has created the market image, which leads to strategic business tie-up. I have been involved with several small and medium companies in past in Ahmedabad itself, where because of their IP and patents, they have received inquiries from the outside India. Because once they started saying that we have got 5 patents, immediately it attracts attention of the world market, my dear friend. And that leads to the strategic business tie-up. And that is what we call creating IP for MSMEs and taking it to the market, or market coming to you if you have protected your innovation. That is why it says IPR plays a pivotal role in facilitating the process of taking innovations to the marketplace. This is the fundamental truth the MSMEs will have to keep in mind. And for that, you have to do smart IP management. Do a smart research. Do innovation. Come out with innovations which are specific, which are measurable, which are attainable. This A could also for ambitious. No. The A in smart, let us be attainable. You can become ambitious later on. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant to the market, and time-based. Of course, time is always, you cannot work in isolation. There is always time. This is the smartness I was talking about. If you do this, if the MSME do this, market connect is immediately possible. So that is why I suggest let us invest in innovation. MSMEs will have to invest in innovation, my dear friends. There is no other option. And there are avenues available. The iHub by Government of Gujarat has come out with an excellent vertical called Mind to Market, M2M. And in this Mind to Market, they have got several sub-verticals for pharmaceuticals, for engineering, for ceramics, for textile, for traditional products. My dear friend Ketan Patel has sponsored Mind to Market for pharmaceutical. About 3 weeks back only, there was a launching of Mind to Market of iHub for the pharmaceutical by Troika, sponsored by Troika Pharmaceutical. So avenues are available, my dear friend. You go to iHub. Actually, we were to invite Mr. Hiran Banya also. Unfortunately, he is down with the COVID. Otherwise, Hiran Manya, who is the CEO of iBob, would have been with us today also. I have been talking to him. So explore such kind of avenues. And if anybody wants some further information, me and other people are available to guide you. And that is why I will always quote a quote by our Honorable Prime Minister. We all have mind. It is the mindset. And this is particularly true of several SMEs. I'm not saying all. Several SMEs will have to change their mindset, go for innovation with a market connect, and then you can definitely do much better. Thank you so much once again for inviting and your presence hearing. Thank you so much. I hope that I have not been able to encroach on others' territory in terms of time for some time. Thank you so much once again. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an informative presentation. Now, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Siddharth Rajvanshi. Mr. Rajvanshi is the Chief Executive Officer of Technic Spirits Incorporation, which is into manufacturing of medical air generators, medical oxygen generators, medical vacuum generators, and anesthetic gas scavenging systems. And 15 such systems has been installed so far at the hospitals across Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra. So I now request Mr. Rajvanshi to present his thought before us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much for the introduction and good afternoon, everyone. Since we are a bit short of time, I'd be keeping my turn a bit concise. Let me start with quickly telling you about how we developed the systems which we manufacture, how they came to be, the necessities, the challenges, the processes behind the entire process. Like ma'am introduced, we manufacture medical air generators, medical oxygen generators, medical vacuum generators, and anesthetic gas scavenging systems, all of which are in huge demand right now. The traditional systems available in the market before we developed our product and commercialized it, they were the noisiest equipment in the hospitals. They were also one of the most electricity consuming equipment with intense vibrations and requiring a lot of space for installation. Additionally, they were to be sized and installed right at the beginning of a hospital setup. This constraint was tackled by the doctors by installing a much higher capacity than what was required in the initial days. This was to ensure probable expansions. Since these equipment support life support system, they were also always bought as a 1+1 system. One would be operational and the other one would be for backup. In case anything goes wrong with the operational one, you need to have a backup. This led us, these challenges, these issues with the traditional system led us to conceptualizing a fully modular and a scalable system. The modularity aspect also ensured high redundancy. I'm not going too much into detail about the technicalities of the product. Like besides the modular aspect, the modularity of benefit of the system which we were able to develop and which we manufacture consumes 50% less electricity than the traditional systems. It is super silent. It has absolutely zero vibrations and it requires 80% less space to install. As we were developing the system, doing a few runtime tests, it was it was purely by luck, by chance, that we stumbled upon the idea of getting the product which we were developing patented. And this was right before we went out to commercialize the product. The process of patent is quite a long and a tiring process, to be very honest. But it did help us a lot in terms of marketing the product and actually transforming our idea into a paying monopoly. Let me quickly share with you how my overall experience of filing a patent went. When the idea of patenting my innovation occurred to me, I was not able to find anyone in my extended circle who had done it, who had the experience of doing it. I basically had to build my own experiences and learn from it. I would have met almost all the patent attorneys here in Ahmedabad and I even interacted with a few from Delhi and Mumbai. Let me be honest with you. I had initially met some other patent attorney and decided to file a patent through them. Later on, as things progressed, I had a really bitter experience to the extent that I had to go back again, look for an alternative. This brings me to my very first advice. Finding the right patent agent to represent you and guide you is as crucial as the idea itself to be patented. HK Acharya and company ended up being the one for us, even though eventually, and I would strongly recommend them. Mr. Nitin Patel from their team was very patient with all my questions, queries, and confusions. Like, since you're doing it the first time, you'd have a lot of, silly questions. So he was very patient with us, and he made us understand about the process and all the technicalities of filing a patent. It was an easy journey from there on, and the entire team from HK Acharya and company proved to be very resourceful and efficient. I would also like to share some of my personal challenges I had to go through during the process. Drafting a patent, putting your ideas into words, requires much efforts and energy. Many a times, like in my case, these efforts are equal to the time and energy you'd be putting in developing and commercializing your idea. India has no lack of innovations or innovators. We have a lot of grassroots innovations happening in our everyday lives. Our minds brilliant ways in finding solutions to problems which we come across every day, and with resources we have on hand. It's very much in our inherent nature. The need of the hour is the awareness about intellectual property and the benefits you get if you secure it. While the government and proactive organizations like HK Acharya and company are doing their bit, but I really feel a need for a fresh approach to it. There's also this fact that filing a patent is a costly affair. Besides the investment of time, energy, and efforts, you also need a lot of money. Government does provide incentives and reimburses the cost of filing a patent to a large extent, but a more efficient, effective, and probably a more proactive approach would be further helpful. Talking about the benefits of filing a patent and talking from the perspective of a startup or an SME, a patented or a patent pending product has a nice ring to it. That the patent or a patent pending product, like that really gets into ears of people. The sector I work in is the medical industry. And as you all might know, medical is a very conservative and it's a very closed industry. It's very tough to introduce innovations there. Having a patent pending product really helped me put the first step in the door. When I went out there to explain to my potential clients about the product that we had developed and telling them that we have filed a patent on it, it completely brought out a different perception and a lot of curiosity towards us. It ensured that we leave a mark in the minds of our prospective clients. And this was amidst all the competitors who were selling the same old thing for years, majority of them multinational companies. It gave us a very competitive advantage and opening up many pathways for us. We weren't in for the financial valuations and investments, but that was a very sweet benefit as well. To summarize, SMEs can see huge potential advantages when it comes to patenting their intellectual assets or technologies. It can not only help create additional revenue verticals by introducing new products, but it can also assist with legal monopolization of your own innovation, ensuring that you stay ahead of your competitors and rivals. And this is after considering limited financial resources and having to compete with businesses who have been in industry for generations and across the world. Ranging from investors to industry people to actual clients, everybody today understands and appreciates the value of having a patent asset, and they are more prone to take you and your products or services probably way more seriously than they would have otherwise. I would like to end on a wish. It's rather a hope that I would like to see a day by the end of this decade where patents are as easy, as accessible, as affordable, and as widespread as trademarks today are. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Siddharth, for sharing your thoughts with us. Now, I would like to introduce our next speaker for this webinar, Mr. Prashant Gandhi, founder and partner of Siddhi Group of Companies. He is a BE Mechanical from BVM Vallabh Vidyanagar and an MBA in Marketing from BK School of Business Management, Ahmedabad. He has served on the committees of various engineering and management associations. Mr. Gandhi has presented papers at various conferences and also has been confirmed with many awards for his achievements in the engineering field. I now request Mr. Gandhi to share his views with us.
Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank Mark Patent ORG for providing me this opportunity, because that also helped me in a way to streamline my thoughts on what we are doing today also on IP arena. Our very senior friend Padmin Bhai brought 4 very important words: desirable, feasible, viable, and market connect. You see, today's theme about SME brings a very big opportunity of sharing things on IP Day so that this movement can be further propagated to a larger extent. SMEs, when they bring about innovation, it is normally very useful. It is straightway applicable in the industry, and it is for focused audiences. Now, what happens, how the ideas come. You see, when you start a unit, you have an idea from the industry. Maybe a few of them are doing well and you do this. But when you bring an idea which is IP worthy, it requires a real attempt on the part of entrepreneur and his team. I would like to share as to how many of us from SME sector have been generating idea. You see, today we are talking about going to the market with an idea. I would say normally what happens is we learn about the pain of the market. We learn about the problem of the market. Then we convert it into a viable product, take it back to the market, and provide an opportunity to many in the market to have ease of operation because of that idea, that pain point. Like a doctor providing a medicine, SMEs provide solutions which create a great value for the user industry. Here, in our case, what we have been doing is, and some of the things cannot be done in pandemic, but let me share. We have been attending, participating in several exhibitions, India and worldwide. What we do is, you see, normally the visitor book is full of cards of the visitors and their requirements in terms of numbers or quantity, etc. What we have been doing is, in all our visitor books, we are very keen to learn about the pain points and requirements of the customers who visit us, and then note it down, break it up into ideas then. And after the exhibition, when we come back, we try to see the 3 aspects that actually Padmin Bhai was talking about desirability, feasibility, etc. In addition to exhibition, whenever we go to customers, most of our time that we spend with them is, it takes 5-7 minutes to negotiate. But we go to the plant, we try to understand how they utilize the product and how we can reduce the cost of operation at the customer's place. That has been the focus of all of us at Siddhi Group. And incidentally, Now, when you learn about these ideas from the customers through exhibitions or through other things, and one of the very important input provider is complaints. You see, when customer brings complaint, it is said that he brings to you a gold mine. When he brings complaint, it is not something that he tells you that, yeah, you have done wrong, etc. What he talks about at the heart of it is the needs that he's talking about. And believe me, I'm coming to an example. You see, we are manufacturing a patented tubular product now, which was earlier used by the industry for about past 30-35 years. My partner Shailesh and myself, when we went to a plant, we requested the owner to allow us to be in their plant for 5-7 hours. We were just standing and watching, and we learned that the product was getting damaged, deformed at the ends because of the handling during the noon hours. As the time goes, because of fatigue, the karma yogis, what they do is they handle the product in a hasty way, and they were just throwing the product, which was damaging the tubular product at the ends. Having learned this, we worked on the idea to provide a solution to the whole industry, not only one whom we visited, and that industry is worldwide. Finally, we developed a process which solved this problem. We were advised by Padmin Bhai to file a patent. Hesitantly, we did it. And believe me, while the patent was in application stage, even our staff members were hesitant to talk about it. But last year, during pandemic only, we got the patent. And I would tell you in small way, I was telling, we were selling that component, say about 20,000, 25,000 numbers a year. And during this pandemic year, in 2021, we were able to sell about 3 lakh numbers. I would not say it exponential. It just exploded. It is now about 50% of what total we were selling. So the patent made a huge difference. And what happened? When we went to a corporate company to sell this, when the chairman of that Indian multinational, having about 11 plants of that particular, user category, he came on the line. He says, for 30 years, I have not heard of any patent in this industry. Who these people are? I said, we are only 200 meters away from your office. But when we talked about it, within 5 minutes, he took a decision, and he bought repeatedly during this pandemic year from us, and we got a wonderful certificate from his technical director. He said, a very useful product for us. Now, I was talking about market connect here, which, the word I was not aware about. Today only I learned about this word from Padmin Bhai, because when we do, many times we don't know about these things, but we do it for our satisfaction and for the benefit of industry. But let me come further. You see, now, because of this patented innovation, many of our coexisting companies have also started working on bringing about several other new ideas into the industry to ensure their survival, to ensure that their prices don't fall. And I am at Siddhi Group a very happy person that now the industry has woken up. The user industry will continue to get now, one by one, very good products and very good ideas, fully market connected. And that is when, see, we will be utilizing our patent worldwide. But when the coexisting company wake up, that is the right point when industry as a whole starts getting really wonderful value-added products for their utilization. And here the IP day also serves a purpose. You see, because these ideas when are shared, it brings value for the society at large. Now let me come further. I have still about 4 minutes of allocated time. What we have done is to institutionalize these ideas that we get from our exhibitions, from our customers, from the complaints. What we have done is, in our business plan itself, you see every company has business targets, business objectives. We call it a business plan. We talk about all stakeholders. Now in business plan itself, we have made this development as a major process of our growth. And during last year, we found that 40% of our growth was generated by the new customers. Now to do that, we have created a business plan, incorporated these things. Followed by that, we have created several development teams at our place, and they have to take up, they create a DOE, design of experiment, a fully formatted version where even for every activity, whatever time they spend, whatever investment is done, whatever tools are created, everything is now slowly getting into a format. And we have put it up under PDCA cycle. You see, being an ISO certified company having QMS, EMS, aerospace product certification, we have learned that Deming cycle is very useful in even putting these development plans on a time scale. What we do is every week on Tuesday, we have a development meeting where a lot of external people are also, if required, they join us on the meetings, and the difficulties that are experienced are shared, solved, or churned around. Thereby, by now we have filed about 6 patents. We are very hopeful that during year 21-22, because of the work that we have done in 2021, we should touch our application numbers to 9 or 10. And we also expect to receive 1 or 2 more patents in the patent form. Having done so, I would like to say that we need to create various collaborative initiatives to make this successful. Incidentally, in our case, we are connected to IIT Gandhinagar, PDPU, NID, CPET, Textile Engineering Institute in Baroda. For various our projects, we are connected with the right kind of experts to support that, because we don't know everything. We are also connected to an expert in Germany who also voluntarily on day-to-day basis keeps us updated with the technologies that are required to create these breakthrough innovations and serve the industry. Now, coming to the pain points of the SME, which is my last point. You see, as far as filing patent in India is concerned, it is, viable, feasible. But when you start filing patents abroad, like we have filed one patent in Israel, and then I connected to my, because we have so many association friends, a good network. One of our friends who has filed 7 patents in Europe has spent about 65 lakh rupees. Oh my God, we were thinking, even after filing one Israel patent, we were getting exhausted. So here government gives money, but what happens is, you see, you have to take out all the money from your working capital. Hardly any bank, today no doubt Omkar Bhai was talking about mortgaging, so it's a new thing for us. But when we checked up, only Bank of Baroda said, we provide money for R&D, but you bring all your accounts here, which is not possible. for anybody to shift only for this purpose. So these are some of the points where our fraternity has to very seriously think, because filing a patent abroad, if it is costing 3 lakhs, 4 lakh rupees, and then even when it comes to defending it, again you have to spend 30-40% of that. It's really sometimes even we were thinking of dropping our patent application in Israel when it came to a few queries, but then because of Rajesh bhai's advice, prudent advice, we learned Shraddha and Saburi. Both are very important, and keeping Shraddha in his organization and keeping Saburi at heart, we have continued. But I'm finding that for SMEs, it is really a difficult point to file and sustain patents in foreign markets. I'm really thankful once again to provide me an opportunity to share my views, which has strengthened many of my beliefs also, because got a lot of learning from Rajesh bhai, Omkar bhai, Jaimin bhai, Padmin bhai, and Siddharth bhai was down to earth. I'm really thankful to him about what he shared. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views with us. I now request Mr. Ketan Bhatt to appraise this gathering with his vote of thanks. Mr. Ketan is a trademark attorney and heads the trademark division of our firm with his expertise and experience. He holds a master's degree in law with specialization in intellectual property right and also bachelor degree in commerce from Gujarat University. He is also a member of the Bar Council of Gujarat. So I now request Mr. Ketan Bhatt to present his thought with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Dr. Jaimin Vasa, our chief guest, Mr. Padmin Buch, Mr. Siddharth Rajvanshi, Mr. Prashant Gandhi, Dr. Acharya, and Mr. Acharya, our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. With the theme of IP and SMEs, talking your ideas to the market. I, on behalf of markpatent.org and the entire team and organizers and co-organizers, let me call it fraternity of the field of protection of IP, are here together, and my own behalf extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for praising your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for Dr. Jaimin Vasa for his explanation and experience for protection of intellectual property rights, along with its advantages of protection. We are all inspired by your great words. I also like to express my sincere thanks to the king of webinar world, Mr. Padmin Buch, for giving an excellent coverage on how the IPR is essential to the protect, more particularly by the MSMEs. I also like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Siddharth Rajvanshi for giving an excellent presentation and their experience and suggestions for protection of IPR. I also like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Prashant Gandhi for giving an excellent presentations and the suggestions for protection of IPR. I also wish to express my gratitude to Dr. Rajesh Kumar Acharya for organizing such kind of webinars to spread the awareness for IPR since many years. So while going through the presentations of all the learned speakers, we must protect our own creations under the intellectual property rights, and that is the aim of markpatent.org, to spread the awareness of protection of IPR. At last but not least, I would like to thank the participant to attend the webinar and make this webinar successful. Thank you so much. Over to you, Jalashri.
Thank you, Mr. Ketan Bhatt. In closing, I wish to express my gratitude to all the panelists and participants for their full cooperation. It offers me a chance to commemorate our success in pursuing excellence and in the field of IPR. We are privileged to having attendees such distinguished experts as well as observers. Having such resourceful and knowledgeable panelists, we have helped us to gain insights on strengthening mechanism as a means of promoting IPR. I would like to add one quote of Jean-Luc Godard, who said that there is no such thing as intellectual property, and it is actually a true. So with this, with sum up our session, wish everyone to stay home and stay safe. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone.